part of the rest of Staten Island was we were together. We bled the same red. We're human. So thank you for being here. Happy Human Rights Day. Can I hear it?
Human Rights Day. Happy Human Rights Day.
For me, human rights means nothing unless you're involved, unless you take a chance when you see something wrong and you step into action. Last week was December 3rd. Do you folks know what happened 2 years from last Saturday?
Non-indictment of Daniel Pantaleo and Eric Garner.
Amen, lovely lady. Amen. There's been no justice for Eric Garner. So there should be no rest for any one of us. Because that man who, besides selling Lucy's, left a legacy of love and care and respect that we don't always hear from the Staten Island Advance or the New York Post, but some people do tell the stories of Eric Garner. One other story I'd like to share with you is I look over here, I see the United States Post Office. Back in the 60s, I was drafted. We all went to the United States Post Office, which was also our local draft board, and took the bus to Fort Hamilton for the induction center. I was in a quandary because I had been part of the anti-war movement. It didn't make any sense to tell the Vietnamese people, who we didn't even know. We couldn't speak their language. I went through basic and advanced infantry training. They didn't teach us to speak Vietnamese. How were we supposed to communicate to these people? So that day, back in the winter of 68, 69, I stood in an induction center with 100 other draftees, and when they came to my name, they shouted out, "Bill Johnsen!" And I shakenly just refused to take a step forward. They said Bill Johnsen again, and I refused to take a step forward. And then a black lieutenant came down the line of formation and got up next to me and said, "Hey man, what you gonna do?" And I looked at him and said, "Man, I don't know." And I was shaken. I was scared because I knew I had the whole government up against me. And the third time, the lieutenant in front said, "Bill Johnsen!" And I didn't take a step forward. And that lieutenant looked at me, looked at all the rest of the men and said, "Get that bum out of here." When I went upstairs to talk to the judge adjutant, general officers, lawyers, I told them, I accept induction into the United States Army, but I refuse the oath of allegiance because this is not in keeping with our best principles. So I went into the Army, but with an asterisk next to my name. He refused the oath of allegiance. He made a point, and that's what we should all do. Stand up for principle when you see our rights being violated or threatened or taken away. That's why I stand up on those steps every week, talking to the judges who pass by, talking to the lawyers who pass by, but most importantly, talking to young guys like you. And you need to hear the story about rights and standing up for yourselves, because that's the best of what this country could be. Democracy and justice for all. So please, make this day count, December 10th, 2016. Live it, breathe it, and spread the message. We're not going to take injustice anymore. Thank you.
No justice, no peace.